welcome to another episode of Can You Laugh About It Now? All right, that was too much, but I'm happy. I can't help when I'm happy. It makes me want to sing because the guest we have this week, he makes me want to sing. This guest truly is the epitome, if that's the right word, that he embodies. That is the word. He has the essence of what this podcast is all about. He truly does. His history is full of criminal activity and drug use, yet through ownership and some humility, you're going to hear him have no problem laughing about it now. Some I wasn't even so sure that I should even be laughing about. My guest this week is a Rochester native, a man I'm very familiar sharing a mic with. Please help me welcome Craig Cosner. Welcome to another episode of Can You Laugh About It Now? I'm solo right now, but I feel like I'm at podcasting home right now with our guest.
Well, technically you are home.
I am home. Oh, that's why I feel this way.
Yeah.
The weeds got me fucked up, Craig. That's what I'm trying to say.
I can tell.
Look, I have my old co-host, my bestest buddy.
I don't like that word old.
Oh, okay. My fat co-host, my old chubby co-host from Hate This Podcast, Mr. Craig Cosner.
Thanks for having me, buddy.
Thank you, man. I, as you can see, I'm here by myself. I'm producing this one by myself. And I figure, who better to do this with than my old co-host, dude?
Yeah.
So
it's like going back to the roots here.
It really is. This is how it all started.
Yeah.
Just a couple of white dudes in a podcast. It was such an original idea.
Thinking we were going to make it huge.
You're the perfect person for me to have on because somebody who has had the past that you've had, and like somebody that usually is in recovery, they have an easier time, most likely, being able to laugh at some of their fucked up past situations.
Of course.
You know, yeah.
That's the best way through it.
And so, do you think that most people feel that way that are in recovery?
The majority.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, not a glum lot, they say.
Not a glum lot.
Okay.
A lot of people are take it a little too serious, though. I am not one of those people.
Right. But I know that I know some of your stories from your past, so I figured this was going to be a great episode to get into, to talk about some of the crazy shit that you've done. First of all, before we even get into it, Mr. Craig Cosner, my old co-host from Hate This Podcast, how long have you not done any drugs now?
I have been sober since December 3rd of 1998.
That's a long time.
Yep. So I'm coming up on 24 years.
God damn. Good for you.
That is a long time.
When you think back to like your past and all the using you did and the wreckage of your past, as they say, is there one incident that sticks out that's still like, man, that's one that you maybe haven't quite come to terms with yet? That's
part
tough.
of that where we shall not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it.
Yeah.
I do have a few regrets.
You got a few regrets.
I do.
Yeah. Do you think most people, if they say they have no regrets, is probably full of shit?
Yes, definitely.
So there's a few things. So
yes, there's definitely one glaring thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it something you would talk about on a podcast?
Sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Wow. Fuck, you heard it here first, dude.
There's nothing I won't talk about, pretty much.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I might not name some names.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
I mean, it is anonymous.
This is Can You Laugh About It and now anonymous. So, yes.
You want to know what the thing I still regret is?
I kind of do.
Well, the thing that I regret is
coming on this podcast.
Coming on this podcast, reaching out and saying hi to Todd Gursslin at a meeting. Worst fucking mistake I ever made. No. The one thing that I still regret, that I get a little twinge of, what a fucking piece of shit you were.
Yeah.
Was that there was a point in my life where I was doing pretty bad, and my parents thought that as long as that I was with my younger brother, that I wouldn't do anything stupid.
You're the older sibling.
I'm the older sibling. I have 3 older sisters and a younger brother who's 11 years younger than me.
Yeah, you're the big brother, dude.
I'm the big brother, and he was born on my birthday. We share a birthday.
What?
Yes.
So that's okay.
Yes.
You're a piece of shit, but go ahead.
I am a piece of shit.
Okay, what'd you do? What happened?
They would give me a little money to take them out to dinner and go to a movie, and they'd give me the keys to the car. Oh, man. Yeah.
So
not good.
Okay, so they give you the money. They give you the keys. Like, you're going to go to a movie. You're going to take your younger brother that you share the same birthday.
Same birthday with.
Not only your brother, but you share the same birthday.
Yep.
That's the next closest thing to a twin.
Mm-hmm. It is.
He's in the car. You got the money. Did you go to the movies?
We made it to the movies.
You go to the movies.
We made it to the movies.
Okay.
But I couldn't pay attention because I had to make a stop before I went to the movie.
You ain't going to the movies without getting high.
No, without getting high.
But cracking the movies doesn't sound like a great combination.
No, I would go into the house and I would start getting high.
Oh, in the crack house?
In the crack house.
Well, okay.
And
so
he'd be sitting out in the car waiting for me.
Oh, man. You feel a little bad about that one.
Oh, yeah. Still to this day.
But you can laugh about it.
I can laugh about it.
You can laugh about it.
I can laugh about it, but
it still hurts. So there's still a little pain.
It's still a little pain there.
Dude, that pain's good. That means you never want to go back there. That's
part of that is now I have that in my story. Yeah. And I can whip that out.
Right.
At a detox at things to let people know, like, I did this shit.
It's an asset.
It's an asset.
Right.
I did this and I've recovered from it.
Right.
It doesn't, that used to ruin me.
Well, yeah. That's great. I
might cry a little later when we get done with this. I may shed a tear on the way home.
Yeah. Just your little brother sitting there in the back.
Terrified. I can't even imagine how scared he must have been.
It was probably the city.
Yeah, of course it was the city.
Yeah, it wasn't right.
It's not like I was out in fucking Pittsburgh or anything.
Yeah.
No, I was up off Clinton, Coleman.
You were in the city. You were in the back.
D. Who knows?
And there was a little kid sitting in the back.
Yep. And I said I'd be right out. I just had to go. Whatever.
Just
I'd make
sitting out there like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Damn, dude. How much for the little white boy?
They never made an offer.
Must not have been a cute kid.
I think I told him to get down and hide.
Yeah, probably. But people do that shit too, right? And all your years of using, did you ever see anybody like, anything with kids or like weird shit like that?
Yeah, I used to babysit for a little baby, a newborn baby.
A newborn baby?
Yeah, when the mother would go out and have to, hustle and make some money.
When by hustle, do you mean prostitute?
Prostitute herself.
Yeah. And so she would go out and she'd be like, yo, watch my kid.
Yeah, and I'd watch her kid. You know what? She was lucky that I was, had kids in our house, and I know how to change a diaper and get a bottle. And
you babysit?
Yes.
The hooker crack lady.
The hooker crack ladies whose apartment I was staying in.
You watched her kids.
I'd watch her kids.
Did she pay?
Yeah, just one. Just one.
Wow, that's that's good.
One. Yeah.
Being in her type of business.
Yes.
So
I'm sure she had others. They just weren't living with her.
Oh,
but the newborn was.
They were all in Planned Parenthood's backyard?
Yeah.
All right. This episode is welcomed to you by Roe versus Wade.
So I would babysit.
And did she pay you to babysit?
No, it was just because I was at the house.
Oh, I
was using the house.
You smoked there.
Yeah, it was a
and you'd be like,
house.
I'll watch the baby while you go out. Damn.
I know she'd hit me off.
That was
Maybe she'd give me a little something in the bathroom later too.
Wait, you're talking about sexual things?
Yeah, a little sexual.
Damn. So, damn. You were the babysitter.
I was the babysitter.
You were the babysitter. You were like, wow, dude, that's sexy as shit. Craig is the babysitter that comes home. Man, how old's that kid now? If you've been it's got to be what?
25, 26, 27.
So you got 24 years, you said?
Yeah, I'll have 24 years in a couple months.
Yeah, that kid's 27.
26,
so let's try
27.
to find him, dude. Let's try to find him.
It was a little girl.
It was a little girl.
Do
you remember her name? You don't have to say it.
Don't remember her name.
Damn, dude.
You
were not a great babysitter.
I wasn't.
Dude.
I didn't remember her name.
You were high on crack.
Yeah. I tried not to blow it in her face, but...
Oh, my God.
That's terrible. I would never do that.
Obviously not. Well, you wouldn't waste it.
No.
You hold it until it's gone.
Yes.
Going to blow it on that little kid.
On a newborn.
I know. Fuck. They're not going to peek out the windows. They can't even get over there. All right. Well, that's fucking horrifying. It really is. But what I find interesting in what you said about your brother, though, is that's not fucking like uncommon for anybody that did drugs that had any kind of kid or sibling or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So when you realize that, when you see more people in like recovery, and other people tell that story, that makes it feel better too. It's like, oh shit, other people have done that or worse.
Yeah, or worse.
Or worse.
Yeah.
That's one of the more heavier stories we've had on here now. And honestly, it was fucking hilarious, dude. You babysitting for a crack whore's baby is fucking beautiful, dude. That's amazing.
I wish I could remember her name. It was a cute little name. I remember it being cute.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name.
Are you sure this was all real?
Oh, it was real.
Yeah.
Because I met this lady at a meeting. She was at a meeting, high nooners. I remember her.
Years later?
Years later.
And you were sober already at this point.
I was sober and she was sober.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
She had a little over a year.
Woo! Look at that. Dude,
Yep.
See? Well, maybe the fucking kiddo's still going, man.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I mean, everything was stacked against us.
If we're looking at statistics,
yes.
Starting off as you watching it on crack,
yeah.
And the poor kid. But you never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Some people have the ability to pull it together.
Maybe they can laugh about it now, too.
Maybe.
Yeah. One of our episodes, the theme was getting busted by your parents.
Okay.
And I talked to you right after, which was Cindy Arena, and I talked to you right after that, and you were telling me this story, and it's a doozy. This is Crack Craig we're talking about.
Craig.
This is Crack Craig. I love the alliteration.
Yes. My family had started hiding things on me. Like when I would show up, the keys to the car. Oh, they did that thing? Purses would get held on to.
Why? Because they knew that you would either take the money or take the car or do something.
Yep. I was known for taking people's cars and not
You
coming
were known
back
for
days.
taking it.
Yep. Taking your credit card or debit card. I knew everybody's passcodes.
Wow. Craig was you knew everybody's passcodes?
Yep, I'd get their passcodes and I could remember them. I could still remember them.
Get the fuck. Wow, dude. That's crazy. So you just hover over them until I just kind of saw them?
Until I could palm it. And then I'd get the debit card and I'd run to the bank.
Dang. Wow. Yep. Okay. All right. So nobody could trust you, rightfully so.
No, nobody could trust me.
Right.
Couldn't trust myself.
Right.
But I remember I was out one night. I was high and I went to my house. And I was trying to figure out how I could get some more money to keep the party going.
Yeah.
And my dad was hiding his wallet at the time.
Right.
Yeah, he was either hiding it in his robe.
Right.
I would see it in his robe.
And now, when you were thinking why you wanted to keep the party going, like it was late at night then.
Oh yeah.
No. Yeah,
2, 3 in the morning.
They're asleep.
Everybody's asleep.
Okay.
So I go creeping in the house. I creep up the stairs. Now I'm a big guy, and I can be pretty quiet when I need to be quiet. I'm like an assassin.
Dude, when you're on crack, you hear every little...
every little thing.
Yeah.
So I creep upstairs, and I know that my dad was hiding his wallet under the mattress of his bed.
Under the mattress? How did you know...
Because one time he had to get money for somebody, and I saw him go in the bedroom, and I saw him reach under, and I scoped all these things out, man. When you're like a drug addict, you pick up on these things. So like
he's going upstairs because he's got to pay for the pizza that came to the door.
Whatever. Or he's got to give my brother lunch money or something. Yep.
Brother lunch money that you're just going to take from your brother in front of the...
And he used to have a little spot in the closet underneath a piece of carpet that he would hide cash. Yeah, that was already gone. I knew about that spot, so that spot was already blown.
Yeah.
So I crawled into the bedroom, at this point, my mom was kind of... army crawled in the bedroom. Now, my dad was sleeping alone. My mom was sick at the time, and she was on oxygen in another room.
Oh.
So, yeah, my mother had emphysema and was dying, so this is what her lovely son was up to at the time.
Meanwhile, your dad's losing his loved one.
Yes.
Okay. And you're like, you're moving with each thing of the emphysema thing moving, the oxygen.
Yes. Yep.
You're like moving with
Every time that thing made a noise, I'd take a step.
You're such a piece of shit. Okay.
So I army crawl into the bedroom, and I crawl around to my dad's side of the bed, and I reach my hand up under the mattress, in between the mattress and the box spring.
Right in the sandwich.
Right in the sandwich, because that's where the wallet is.
Yes.
And I feel the bed move.
Oh, shit.
And my dad looks over the side and goes, "Can I help you?"
Oh, that's horrible. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm a little short. Can I borrow some money?
Oh my God! Wow. So did you respond?
Probably.
I'm sorry, Dad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Something like that. I probably started fucking crying like a little bitch.
Yeah.
I need help. Whatever. Blah blah blah.
Get you
but hoping he would give me $20.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
Just to hear his voice, you're so close to almost getting away with it.
On a similar story, I was hanging with my uncle.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I ever smoked crack was with my uncle.
Okay.
At the time, my mom's brother. So, yeah, it was a family affair.
Dude, you got to keep it in the family.
You got to keep it in the family.
Teach the kids.
So I had snuck home. They thought we were away for the weekend. I snuck home. I had money in a safe in my bedroom.
Okay.
So I was sneaking in to get it, and I had my mom's car, but they thought we were gone for the weekend.
Okay.
So I snuck in, and again, I'm big. I'm creeping up the stairs, right?
Yep.
And it's pitch dark out, midnight, not even the moon in the sky was dark. And my mother got up to go to the bathroom, and I was on the steps. Oh, no. And I can remember laying on the steps as she walked by and into the bathroom. And I got into my bedroom, and I got my safe, and then she walked back out of the bathroom into the bedroom, and I crawled down the stairs. Oh, my God.
She had her gown. She's just walking by.
Yep. And I'm laying there.
Oh, God.
Like within feet of her.
Oh, oh, God. Your poor mom, dude.
My poor parents.
Did your mom get to see you sober?
Yes.
Oh, that's great. And I'd like to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you for supporting Can You Laugh About It Now? If you'd like to further support the show, why don't you head on over to iTunes and leave us a rating. And don't forget to follow us on all social media at Can You Laugh Pod. That's Can, lowercase u, Laugh Pod, where you'll find clips and extras from the show. If you'd like to follow me, it's at Todd R. Gursslin on Instagram and at Todd Gursslin everywhere else. For the second half of the podcast, we get into one of the previous themes that we had on the show, which was robbed or getting robbed. We also talked about where Craig may have gotten his affinity for dark humor. But before that, I asked Craig to reflect on his life and see if he can recall his worst birthday.
Birthdays? Yeah, I mean, I fucking birthdays. I ruined every birthday. I ruined every holiday.
Can you remember?
That's what crackheads do. I would go because I had my younger brother. So when I was like in my mid-20s, my brother was like, so I'm like 23, 24, 25. He's 12, 13, 14. We were golfing. So we would go golfing in the morning. And I'd be like, and I can remember dropping him off and being like, I'm just going to run home, take a shower, and then I'll be back to the house for the party. And like 3 days later, I appear.
Oh, my God.
Like that shit. With somebody's car, that kind of stuff. So, I regularly missed birthdays.
But dude, what about
parties.
when you were like a little kid? Was there one that you were like, was a disappointed one? One that you were like, damn, like you thought maybe you were getting something? Or maybe
no, we were poor, so
you never had your
expectations. We didn't really
expectation.
get a lot of stuff anyway.
Yeah, so whatever.
We did. My mom did a pretty good job of that stuff because she had such a shitty childhood that she tried to make it good for all of us. But
her good was still not like the kids down the street's good.
No.
Yeah. No,
I can remember calling my friends and the things they would get, and I'd be like,
dude, we got the Atari.
Yeah, an Atari, and I'd be like, fuck, I don't have an Atari.
I got fucking jeans from
I got
Sears.
an Evel Knievel fucking.
The little Evel Knievel thing with the sparks that come out.
Yeah, I got a little Evel Knievel motorcycle. Fuck.
Well, now we understand why you ended up a crackhead.
Yeah, exactly.
You needed more spoiling.
Yeah. Well, no, the most disappointing thing on my birthday was ruined that my brother was born.
Oh, that's...
I went from the youngest, the baby of the family, to
honestly,
I was nothing.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Because you don't learn to accept that until years later, bro.
Years later.
Wow, so that's why you left. That's why you didn't give a fuck.
That's why I smoked crack.
Right. That's why you left him outside. You're like, God, I hope somebody takes this kid.
Fuck this little motherfucker.
Yeah. There can only be one August birthday.
That's it. And it's me.
Well, I know that this is going to be a very easy one then.
Uh-oh.
Being robbed or robbing someone. I'm sure that in that occupation,
yeah,
a lot of robbing going on and getting robbed.
Yeah, a lot of robbing, a lot of, I don't know.
Is there one that sticks out that is like, oof, is there a biggie? Is the statute of limitations up?
I was just thinking about that.
Yeah.
The statute of limitations, because I was on, this was even before, well, I was 17 years old. I was working as a busboy on this. I hope the statute of limitations is up on this. What do you think?
Well, what is it?
Robbery.
Isn't robbery only 7 years?
I don't know. Everybody's dead anyway now.
I mean, you're like, because I killed him. That's how this story is going to go. I don't think the statute of limitations up on murder.
No, definitely not murder.
It's not murder.
No, I got.
We'll look it up. We'll look up afterwards, and we'll see if you're clear.
I was a busboy at a restaurant. I'll just say that I was a busboy at a restaurant. And I asked for a raise. I'd been working there 2 years.
Yeah,
and the guy said nope. I was making $3.25. I wanted $3.50.
You wanted a quarter more.
I wanted a quarter more.
Would you work 10 hours a week there at that time?
Oh no, I worked every day.
Okay.
Of course, I robbed them blind of booze and liquor and beer. Really? Oh my God, yes! I was the kid in high school that had a car full of booze every day.
Oh my God! And then at the end, so then you're like, I'm not. You're not gonna get the quarter raise.
He didn't give me the quarter raise,
which equals nothing. By
I
the way,
I took my apron off and I threw it down in disgust. And I left.
Take this job and shove it.
And I went to my friend's house who lived right up the street to go drink all the beer that we had stolen the night before. And we all got fucked up.
Yes.
And I said, let's teach him a lesson.
No.
And we went back to that restaurant and we broke into it and we stole the stereo equipment.
No.
We stole booze. We stole so much shit.
Oh.
And we got back to the house and everybody was like, we're going to divvy this up. And I was like, I don't want any of it.
You got scared.
I was terrified.
Really?
Yeah, because I just every time the phone rang,
you were fucking.
There was a knock. I was like, "It's the police. It's gonna be the police."
Were you doing coke at this point or no?
No, I was still in high school.
You were just paranoid.
I was just drinking and popping pills at the time.
Oh my God,
dude.
I
hadn't started coke yet.
And so thank God you never got busted for that then. Right?
Nope, never got busted. Obviously. I saw that guy years ago at Nick Tahoe's. We were in there for lunch, and he goes to the guy he was with. He goes, that's that kid that stole all the shit off the boat. And I could never prove it. And I was like, I never did anything.
You heard him say that?
Yep.
That's the little fucker that robbed me. Oh, God.
Couldn't get me because I was like, fucking smart. My fingerprints are all over this place. I've been working here for 2 years.
That's true.
I had access to everything, so you're not going to get me on those kinds of technicalities.
All right, well, we're going to pause this right now and call 911 to report a robbery.
Jesus, do I owe that guy an amends? Fuck.
I should have gave you the quarter raise, to be honest.
He should have.
You know what I mean?
I worked my ass off for that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you also ripped him off.
I ripped him off all the fucking time. We took the keys to the cooler. I mean, it was terrible. Yeah.
Oh, God.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, you know what? I wonder if he can laugh about it now. Because it seems like something that maybe he might not be over. Yeah, well, you know what, dude? We do crazy shit when we're younger.
We do.
We do crazy shit.
The one story I remember when you asked me that about being robbed and also being caught by my parents.
Yeah.
Was I was working for my dad. He's in the flooring business, and I was like 12, 13 years old, 14.
Yeah.
And he needed some help on a weekend. So me and another friend went and helped him with this store that he was doing. It was like a drugstore or a convenience store. I can't remember.
He was doing the flooring in there.
Doing the flooring. They moved everything out of the way.
Oh.
So we were like going down in the basement and everything and eating the candy and going through all the shit. And we were stealing like little trinkets, keychains, stupid shit like that.
Stuff from a drugstore.
Yeah. Me and my buddy stole all this stuff.
Right.
A couple days later, my dad gets a call that all this shit was missing.
No.
So he calls me up, calls the kid's father and him come over. My dad explains the situation, and I got to try to find all the stuff that was
all the trinkets?
all the trinkets and shit like that.
The dumb shit.
The dumb stuff. They probably amount to about $10 worth of shit today.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I got in trouble, but I knew nothing was really going to happen to me. My parents weren't super disciplinarians, and I never got hit my entire life. But the kid I was with,
oh no,
I knew he was going to get a beating. His dad used to beat the shit out of him. And I can remember when they were walking away and he had a hold of the back of his shirt. I was like, oh, he's going to get beat up tonight.
Oh, no.
And I'm not talking a spanking. I'm talking punches to the face.
You're like, hey, have a good night, Mr. Brown and Michael.
Bye, Gary.
Bye, Gary's ass.
I don't know if I'll ever see you again, Gary.
That's hilarious, dude. What a you were.
Dude, I was a bad kid. The thing about it, everybody thought I was such a nice kid.
Because you were like the chubby,
I got a cute little smile, my little white teeth.
Yeah.
That's what one kid I used to smoke with. He said, that's why you never get in fucking trouble. Look at you, baby face. That was a nickname I had on the street. They used to call me baby face.
You do look like the kid that would get away with shit, even in class, because you had the... It caught up to you, though.
It did catch up to me.
Yeah, it caught up to you.
My other nickname on the street, because I used to get high with my uncle, was Nephew.
That's great.
My uncle always used to just call me Nephew.
Yeah.
So I'd show up at Dope House and they'd be like, hey, yo, Nephew's here.
That's how you were known.
Yup.
What happened to your uncle?
He is in a dementia care wing right now.
Really?
Yeah. So, boys and girls, stop drinking and using drugs.
Oh, why is that? Why he's got dementia?
Alcohol dementia.
You're like, he's 56 years old.
No, he's in his 70s. I can't believe he's was still going strong up to a couple years ago.
What about getting robbed?
The one thing I can remember getting robbed. I mean, it's kind of getting robbed because you asked me about bachelor party, and it wasn't really a bachelor party. It was a kid who got arrested and he was going to jail, so they're having a going away party for him, and he had strippers and all this shit. So he had told everybody that they were gonna raffle off a 16th of Coke.
Okay.
And they were gonna raffle off a blowjob from one of the strippers.
They can do that.
Yeah. So he was collecting money for all that.
Okay. So
and I was like, well, maybe the 16th, because he was a drug dealer, so I believe that. But I was like, none of these girls aren't gonna blow anybody. They're from the classy cat. They're not gonna. They don't do this. I still bought a ticket though, just on the shot that they might. You never know.
Hey, $10 is $10.
So he collected all the money from everybody. There's like 100 people there or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it was like an hour later. Why is this raffle getting called?
Oh no.
He fucking walked right out the back door, was gone.
Wow, what a brilliant.
The next time I saw him, it was like 15 years later after he got out of prison. And I was like, that was a good move.
Props.
Yep.
Because, I mean, honestly, pussy and drugs.
Yeah.
When you're around a bunch of dudes at a bachelor party like that.
After the girls just did their little routine. Dude, everybody was reaching in there. Yeah.
Right. The Coke's gone. Oh, wow. That's funny. That's the one that sticks out to you. Because you were bummed not so much about the pussy, but just the Coke.
The Coke. Yeah.
Oh, that's good, man. Through all that, it's a lot of trauma and a lot of deep stuff that you kind of have to deal with, especially if you want to move on in your life from that stuff. Yeah. And having a sense of humor. You're a comedy fan. So do you think that you're more drawn to darker humor because of your past?
Definitely.
You think so?
Yes. I think my family in general, we have a very dark humor in my family.
Yeah.
And I think that has to do with how we were raised and that kind of stuff.
Irish too. I mean, it can be very like kind of cynically like they definitely, like when somebody dies, I've noticed around Irish people, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, going all the way back to my dad, when they had 3 kids under the age of 1, and they lived with my great-grandmother at the time, and my dad would regularly have a doll and pretend that he dropped the baby down the stairs in front of my great-grandmother. So, I mean, that's where our sense of humor comes from. That
dead
kind
baby
of stuff.
jokes.
Yeah, dead baby jokes.
Yeah, no,
my dad just turned 79 and he still does those kind of jokes to like little kids. And
does he? Oh my god!
To his like great granddaughter, he'll like take her baby and drop it down the stairs.
A real baby. Now he's old where he just he's actually throwing the real baby.
Get this kid away from me.
Oh man. Well, Craig, I love you, man.
I love you too, Todd.
Thank you so much for coming.
No problem.
Thanks for, I know that Craig's our first non-comic, so I know that you're not going to have any plugs other than, maybe, what do you got right now?
If you want some flooring, give me a call.
If you want some listen, we had a realtor.
Yeah.
Shane Allen, and now we have somebody who does carpets.
Does flooring.
If you're looking to get a house, if you're looking to get some carpets done, Craig's the man. Go get carpets. Yeah. Look him up and get it done.
Give me a call.
Yeah, for real. All right.
I got a lot of people to pay back.
Apparently, and there's one more.
Yes.
Apparently, you just figured out.
One more stereo I have to buy for somebody.
All right. Thanks, dude.
Yep.
Peace.
See ya.
Thank you for joining another episode of Can You Laugh About It Now? The show where we like to talk about painful and embarrassing things from our past and see if we can laugh about it now. Thanks again to our guest, Mr. Craig Cosner. He really is, he's an inspiration, man. He's kind of a piece of shit and an inspiration at the same time. It's a wonderful dichotomy for a human being. Got some gigs coming up if you are in or around the Owego, New York area. I think I said that right, Owego. It's like Oswego, but it's missing the S. If you're in the Owego area on Wednesday, October 26th, I will be out there along with RJ Purpura and Mr. Chris Hasenauer. So come on out if you're around up in the Owego, New York area, and also Batavia, New York. I will be out there hosting a gig at Go Art, and that is on the 28th, I believe. Yes, Go Art on Main Street, Batavia on the 28th. So come say hi, come check us out, and thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.